called that off. They should have called it off, them murdering dogs.
Riot police and uniformed officers clutching batons held angry onlookers at bay as they tried to secure the crash scene. The furious teenagers taunting officers, accusing them of harassment.
The police run them off the road. They're at fault. They're the ones. They're the murderers.
Today, a roadside wake as seething tempers threaten to explode. This community bonding over its losses as they point a common finger at the police.
School zone, a speeding car, and then a crash. And despite his denials, this is the man police suspect was behind the wheel. Jesse Kelly is well known to them.
What happened at all this morning? It was a car accident. Were you driving? No.
Who was driving?
Cousin.
It was drop-off time outside Lamia High School when Kelly's Ford Falcon spotted travelling fast and on the incorrect side of the road.
Saw a car come down on the wrong side of the road and clip another car, and just then car spinning, and then a lot of screaming.
Joanne Madden was driving one of those vehicles caught up in the crash.
There was another car in front of me, but I knew it was coming, so yeah, there was nothing you could do. I was hit and spun around and went onto the other side of the road.
Joanne was left battered and bruised. She's convinced speed played a major part.
Just fast. You could see it was, certainly faster than it should have been at 40.
All up, 5 people were taken to hospital, including Kelly, his brother and cousin, who were travelling with him. Both are reported to be in a serious but stable condition.
And what happened? Did you go on the wrong side of the road? How am I supposed to know, mate?
2 relatives injured in this crash. 9 years ago, Kelly killed 2 of his best mates. He was trying to outrun police in a stolen car when he lost control and hit a tree at Macquarie Fields. The tragedy triggered some of the worst rioting Sydney has seen. Kelly was sent to jail for 7 years. That was just the beginning of a long criminal driving record. In 2011, he was jailed again for driving whilst disqualified and drink driving. And just last year, he was back behind bars for similar offences.
You can't seem to stay out of trouble, can you? Oh my word.
YouTubers, so we've got a real one here. This is my best friend Jesse Kelly. I just want to say before this video starts that he's an absolute fucking one of the best, most genuine, most, honest, loving, caring guys you'll ever meet. And once, sometimes you don't want to say that in front of people. It seems like you're just saying it to say them. But before I did this video, I just wanted to say a few words for him because he's my best mate, and it's the reason he's my best friend. And believe me, I've got a lot of people to pick from to be a best friend. The girls just left. That's why I'm a little bit, looks like I've been crying. Because I have. But anyway, yeah, like this guy is absolutely genuine. And the cards he's been dealt in life, the area he grew up in, the people he grew up around, becoming a product of his environment, and then the fucking years and years of shit. And he's always trying to impress people, always trying to, he's so easily led because he feels bad for everyone all the time and always fucking helps people. And, he gets the wrong people around him and they fucking always like, bro, do this, bro, I'm fucking doing it hard, all this shit, so he'll go and do shit with them, which will fuck him up and fuck his life.
Rocks thrown at police and 4 people arrested as alcohol-charged teenagers verge on rioting over the deaths of their friends. 16-year-old Dylan Raywood and 19-year-old Matthew Robertson were killed instantly when the stolen car, chased by police, slammed into a tree at high speed.
You should have called that off. They should have called it off, them murdering dogs.
Riot police and uniformed officers clutching batons held angry onlookers at bay as they tried to secure the crash scene. The furious teenagers taunting officers, accusing them of harassment.
The police run them off the road. They're at fault. They're the ones. They're the murderers.
A brick among the missiles hurled at police.
As a result of it, 2 officers.
YouTubers, how are we all today? So we're here today with Jesse Kelly, my best friend, as most of you might know, when we talk about the Macquarie Fields riots, we're not actually in there because it's a situation where there's a lot of scenes to go through and a lot of people, and there's stuff happening there that you know, you don't really want to see. Anyway, so Jesse, how are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm right, bro. How are you?
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, what? So how many years ago? 2005.
Yeah, 2005, bro. Yeah.
2005.
Yeah.
Jesse got in a police chase and ended up crashing. Where his two best friends died, and got this way.
Yeah.
His two best friends died in the crash, which resulted in a few things that happened. We'll get into, and ended in a big riot that was all over the news. Current Affairs came out. It was on the news for weeks. Jesse was on the run for a few weeks before they finally caught up with him, and the whole town stuck up for him for a reason. Anyway, so we'll start off with like what led up to it. You know, what kind of situation were you in? You were under surveillance and stuff.
Yeah. So my house was under surveillance by the coppers for a couple of months at that stage. So like we were under investigation for robberies and stuff like that, and coppers around Macquarie Fields really didn't like us and probably wanted to get us out of there. So yeah, they tapped my house. They snuck into my house.
Video and audio?
Yeah, they took us all down the cop shop, and
for some fake shit.
Yeah, basically, they
just
took
to
us,
get in there.
Yeah, question us over some shit that none of it was like even related to me, but
Yeah.
Still they took us down the cop shop for it, questioned us over robberies I didn't even know anything about, and then mate, the most I've done then was sell a bit of weed or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And because I had a lot of the boys around my house was probably the main
The
point.
hangout?
Yeah.
Like the trap house?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it
And you
comes
had a
down to.
car?
Yeah, so we had a
I remember
hottie.
you telling me about the car, the Mac Field, the one with the spray paint all over it.
Yeah, bro. I was a kid then. I was a little bit younger. But
yeah.
I was living at that house, yeah. We used to have MFB.
Macquarie
boys
Fields boys.
And Kelly boys on the back. I was young, and, you know, I was...
Yeah.
You know what you're like when you're young.
Yeah, fucking oath. Alright, so, and were you using any drugs or alcohol? Or
obviously.
Just the normal partying stuff?
Yeah, well probably the gas. Probably the gas and weed.
Yeah.
And we always used to drink Jack Daniels, the ones in the bottles, you know?
Oh, yeah. And this is like a heavily, like a housing commission area, right?
Yeah, Macquarie Fields is always...
Yeah.
Oh, it's not like that now, but yeah.
It was back then, yeah. I remember going there. Alright, so then what? So that day, you were just doing normal shit, or?
No, look, the day that happened, I can't really remember what we were doing during the day, but I can remember on the night, we were just sitting around the house, and the boys were bored, and we all just like decided to go out and like us. And a night out for us would have been like going out and making money. That's what we do. We were money makers back then.
And that's what you do, because that's what you learn in those areas.
Mate, I grew up in that, mate. I was getting thrown through windows when I was fucking 13 years old.
Yeah. When you don't have money and food and clothes and fucking like everyone else, people think, oh, just go get a job. It's not that simple.
No, that's
right. You need to pay your rent, you need to pay your bills, you need to fucking clothe yourself, you need to eat.
It comes down to what you eat, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So then, all right, so you decided to go out?
Yeah, we went out and so I said to Matty, Robbo and Dylan and that, well, they were all like come to agreement, we'll go to the city and that.
Yeah.
And we had two hotties parked around the road. And so it was me, my cousin Thomas, Matty Robbo, Dylan Raywood, James Hahn, all the boys that used to hang around, main boys.
Yeah.
We left my house, so coppers would have known I'm leaving the house because obviously my house is under surveillance.
Yeah.
And then...
And they knew you had the stolen cars already?
Oh, mate, look, I have no doubt in my mind. They were sitting off the car, no doubt.
Waiting for you to do something more serious?
Yeah, so, you know, where the car was, there's a street across the road from it. And as soon as we turned the car on, the headlights across the road come on as well. Yeah. And then we sort of had that feeling straight away, but it was already too late. We're already in the hottie, so we just kept going. So I come out the street.
And at this point, you've just, all they know is you've stolen the car.
Yeah.
So
well, no, they don't even know that. Don't even know that I've stolen it.
Oh, yeah.
It was there for 2 weeks.
So you're just in a stolen car, maybe.
Yeah, the car was there for 2 weeks, bro, you know, and, I'll go this way. Yeah,
they could have just ran up on you then?
Yeah, they could have, mate, they should have just, mate, if they had any inkling that car was stolen, the first thing they should have done was get rid of it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You don't wait
for you to come and jump in it.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
I find that like it's entrapment, bro, you know?
Yeah, it is. And then so straight away they've hit the chase on you?
Yeah, look, they put the sirens on straight away. My cousin's behind me in another hottie, yeah?
Yeah.
So, anyways, when they put their sirens on, my cousin took off like a machine.
Yeah.
And, coppers didn't even bother. They just wanted the...
Because you were the closest, easier to get to you, maybe?
Yeah, nah. He was behind me, and then the coppers were behind him.
Oh, and he went around you?
Yeah, so he's... No, he went... Yeah, so he went around me and got away. And then, coppers didn't even bother. Like, it was... You know what I mean?
So, like, they knew... they wanted you?
Yeah, they knew. They knew straight away what they were doing.
Yeah.
They were onto it from the start. And, yeah, that's basically... And anyways, so... I didn't even,
And this is residential streets, yeah? It's not a main road or...
Yeah, just like where we are now, basically, you know?
Like little, small streets like this, you know?
Yeah. So they put their sirens on. I copped the chase. It only lasted about 30 seconds, I'm going to be honest with you. I clipped an island, and then I had no control over the car.
Yeah.
And, so, like, really...
And how far behind were the cops? Like right up your ass?
Yeah,
like right up your ass. So
they didn't ram me or nothing, but yeah. Well,
there was like a point where, like, yeah, you couldn't really stop and jump out and think you could run or something, eh?
No, that's right. Oh, well, yeah, look.
To me, I think, mate, if you're chasing something, like, there's a lot of danger in that. And just for a stolen car, or you've jumped in a stolen car?
Yeah, just stolen car, yeah. So,
like, fuck, they can just wait till you get out, go to your house or anything, but to fucking put a high-speed chase through a civilian area.
Well, that's right. They already know what's going to happen. They know we're going to put on the chase.
Yeah, 100%.
They know we're not pulling over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, these aren't grown adults like they are with mature thinking and...
Yeah, well, that was right, you know?
That's what kids do.
Yeah. So, anyways, like, I hit the island. I hit the island, and then the car went out of control. I couldn't gain control again, and then, I hit the tree. But, at that stage, I didn't know I'd hit a tree. Like, it wasn't... I had nothing wrong with me. Like, there was... Like, I thought I'd hit a gutter. Maybe
feeling that adrenaline.
Yeah, and I just jumped out and ran. I didn't stop to think that boys... because, you know, when you're in a hottie,
they're running too.
Everybody gets out and runs. That's it. You're not going to sit there to say, you know, oh, boys, run.
Yeah.
Everyone's already running.
Everyone just says run.
Everyone's already running, bro, you know?
Yeah.
So I got out the car, and I legged it, and I jumped fence it. Like, 'cause look, the report, what the coppers said, how the boys looked at that stage, mate, I'd have freaked. I'm that type of person. Like,
oh, you are 100%.
Oh, mate, I hate blood, you know, the sight of blood. If I've got to get stitches, my nan's got to fucking wrestle me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a kid.
Yeah.
And, so look, if I'd had seen a scene like that.
You just thought you were running from the police, eh?
Yeah. Anyway, I got away. I went home because I was in the bush, like, like I thought I was getting chased, but I wasn't.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so anyways, when I got home, everybody was upset and whatever else, and I was like...
So it'd been a few hours?
Yeah, like it had been about an hour and a half, you know? And, because it was right near my house, happened right near my house.
So everyone knew what was happening?
Yeah, and, I get home, and everyone's distraught, and I'm like, what's going on, you know?
Yeah.
And they explained to me that Maddie and Dylan had passed away, and I was like, nah, fuck, no way that's happened, you know?
Yeah.
And, because I was just with them. Like, like, you know? My mind couldn't accept it, eh?
Yeah.
It just didn't accept it, no matter what. And, so I got my little mate, Scotty Marshall, to get on his pushy and ride down there and have a look for me, you know? And, when he was on his way back, I could see him from like 50 to 80 meters away, but I could see his body language. And, it killed me, eh? Just his body language, I knew straight away what had happened. And he come home and explained it to me, bro. And I was just distraught.
Just a mess, eh?
Yeah. And then my auntie, like everybody was trying to say, look, Jess, this is not your fault. The coppers rammed you. And then I was like, nah, it was on me, you know. I lost it. And, yeah, so that's the accident part of it, you know?
Yeah. So then what happened after that? You stayed on the run for a bit, but, so the boys in the community?
So I was on bail.
Yeah.
And, at that time I was on bail.
Yeah.
And, so, yeah, I was on bail. The next morning when I woke up, I went to bed that morning. I woke up the next night. There was about 200 to 300 people in my fucking front yard getting drunk, music pumping, crying, you know, and upset, and
yeah,
which is understandable. And my cousin Tom was basically the ringleader of it all, you know.
Yeah,
he's a mad cunt. And
so he's the one on current affairs going, coppers, come out and play.
Yeah, that was the best, that one. Yeah, he was that one, you know.
Yeah,
and this way.
Yeah.
So I woke up, everybody was drinking, you know, and it was just that situation. But so let me backtrack a bit here.
Yeah.
Right. So on the night of the accident, what happened was the coppers left the boys in the car dead for 8 hours in the main street of Macquarie Fields, like in one of the main streets of Macquarie Fields. Everybody knew the boys. Everybody knew them. Want to go back that way? Yeah.
They're close with a lot of, close with a lot of
everybody
people too,
knew. So everybody wanted to know whether they were okay, whether they were dead, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So when they knew that they were there, they approached the situation, and then the coppers just had no empathy for them.
Yeah.
Even though they weren't the culprits and whatever else, the coppers had no empathy, and they were just like, fucking get away from the car. This and that, rude cunts, not explaining the situation to them.
It happens a lot with it. Like, they use aggression to try and intimidate people who pretty much fucking grown up around aggression, and it's like a trigger.
Doesn't work, mate.
It never works. You know, I often see that when women rock up and they're not aggressive, boys listen to them.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because they're not aggressive and they're not trying to staunch you. And, you know what I mean? Yeah. But anyway, go on.
Yeah. So they sort of added to the situation, sort of thing. Like the coppers having no empathy for the situation. They brought it upon themselves when people started throwing rocks at them and started, treating them that way and whatever else. And then
they've just lost someone really, really close and someone everyone loved. And
and that's why the situation kicked off like it did.
Yeah.
It was a mixture of everything. It was ready to blow up around Macquarie Fields anyways, because the police around there used to like bash a few boys and, you know what I mean? Like
harass you.
Mate, they used to sit out my side of my house every day, non-stop paddy wagons. Yeah. They'd have meetings out front of my house.
It's like a game of fucking, we're going to get him.
Yeah.
Like, not you've done something and let's go, you know, just we think he's done something, let's just keep going at him.
Yeah. Well, look, they were bending the rules, you know what I mean? Which fucking, you know, like, that's their prerogative. But, yeah. So anyways, that's what happened that night. The riots actually kicked off that night. The helicopters started coming out once that, you know, once the people started getting violence towards the police. And, next thing you know, I wake up next morning, next afternoon, and, there's like 300 people in my front yard. And they're ready to just kill cunts, bro, you know, because they wanted revenge.
Yeah.
On what had just happened, you know. Everyone knew I was the driver.
Yeah.
So it's not like that was hidden. So it was never directed at me. It was always, you know, no one ever blamed me from my group. You know, they always were good with me, like. Yeah. Because look, they know the situation. Like when you're in a hottie, that
everybody tries to run.
Everybody tries to run. But look, I blame myself. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, 100%.
Because it was my responsibility. I was driving, and it's a heavy burden to.
Oh, 100%.
Carry, but
I met Jesse as soon as he come in on this. And I can tell you now, for it's been over almost 20 years, so 18, 19 years now, he's held this and frequently gets upset. It's not something that fucking has ever left him, that's for sure.
Yeah. So anyways, fucking look, I can remember that day. My cousin was that drunk. They had another hottie out there.
Yeah.
The hottie was on fire, and he was trying to get into it to drive it into the fucking police. That's how angry it was with him, you know.
Yeah.
And the boys had to drag him out. Then the fire brigade come. The boys wouldn't let the fire brigade in, and so then the police started rocking up. The police couldn't get in because there was that many people there, you know, drinking and upset that the police couldn't control the situation if they tried.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's where it all started.
They were just provoking it.
Yeah, that's all they were doing.
Yeah.
They only ever added to it.
Yeah.
So
no one in the community was getting hurt. No one was
No.
And anyway, so yeah.
They
Look, just wanted to get to you.
Yeah, that's right.
And trying to go through this wall.
They actually didn't know. Look, they knew I was the driver.
Yeah.
So this is the thing. So that same day I went and reported to the police station, right?
Oh, yeah?
And the next day after.
Oh, yeah?
So the riots continued. And
while you reported already?
While I reported for 2 days. But the problem was they were too wrapped up in their investigation.
Yeah.
To arrest me.
Yeah.
So, because what happened, because my house was bugged, obviously that night they knew I was the driver.
Yeah.
But they wanted to get their expert voice analysis in to make sure 100% that it was me.
Yeah.
So they could have prevented me being on the run.
Yeah.
But they didn't. They wanted to, I think in some way they wanted me to be on the run, maybe.
Yeah.
So that way they could make it look like, you know.
Make it cause a bigger scene.
Yeah, that's right.
Get some more funding.
Yeah, but on the third day I woke up and I was all over the news.
Oh, yeah?
I was at my nan's house. They were raiding houses.
Oh, so they knew that you'd signed in, and if they didn't make that public, you would have went and signed in again.
100%.
Yeah.
I would have went and
they
signed
could have
in.
just grabbed you there.
They could have grabbed me there, but they didn't, bro. Like, they put it on the news, and then I woke up and I seen it, and I was at my nan's because I didn't want to be at that house because I was at the straw.
Yeah.
I needed my nan, and I woke up and, as I said, I was on the news. So then, I then went on the run, you know. I rang up one of my mates. He come and got me.
Yeah.
I had to get in the boot because every car coming in and out of Macquarie Fields is being searched.
Oh, yeah.
And so I got in the boot and I got out of there, went to Heads.
Oh, yeah. And how long were you on the run for?
I was on the run for probably, I don't know, I think it was 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
I can't remember exactly, I think it was 2 weeks. Maybe a week and a half.
And during that time, the a current affairs contacted you or
No, they contacted Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's when Tom done the interview. About on day 3, day 2, they contacted Tom. Actually, it was day 3 because I was already on the run.
During the riots?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Tom, the mad cunt, he goes, look, they asked him for an interview. He goes, yeah, look, I'll do an interview for you, but you got to feed all the boys. Made him go buy, 100 cheeseburgers.
Oh, yeah.
And fed the boys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they kept riding.
Yeah. So that's the price of an interview during a riot, guys. God love you, Tom. Rest in peace. Yeah, all right. So after that, you were on the run. So when they went to come and get you, you rang them up?
Yeah, so what happened was my mate, who I was close with at the time, he rang him up and said, listen, I've got the kid, he's ready to hand himself in, but you just need to come quietly. He's scared, he doesn't know what to do. Can you just come, like 1 or 2 officers come and get him, and he'll go quietly. Yeah. Anyways, next thing you know, Aids is just flooded with coppers everywhere.
Like so you wanted to hand yourself, you were just worried about them.
Yeah, like trying to bash me and knock me or whatever. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because they were trying to
jump all over you and just yell out, stop resisting when you're not resisting. Yeah. They do that a lot. Yeah.
Well, it was on the news that I wanted to kill coppers and this and that. Well, isn't that,
they were putting that on there.
Nobody, yeah. So,
you were like mourning, eh?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't give a fuck about the coppers. I didn't give a fuck about anything, you know?
Just
losing your mate.
It was
just about what had happened, you know? Yeah. That's all I was concentrated on.
Yeah.
And, so so Eds was flooded with coppers. They could have ended the situation quietly, but instead they wanted to go on with it again. It was twice they
flooded it.
Yeah. And, so anyways, so they come and Eds was flooded. And then what happened was, I've got a bad memory, sorry.
They come to get you. You rang did you speak to a cop by yourself?
No, my mate spoke to him, right? And he goes, listen, that's right. He goes, listen. He goes, the kid's here, I told yous. Yous won't get him unless it's on his terms. He wants to go quietly. He doesn't want any of this fuss. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
So then Ryan went up they said, look, mate, Ryan went and met him. And then Ryan said, look, when I give you a phone call, that means come up, you're safe.
Yeah.
So then he rang me, and finally the 2 head detectives of Task Force the Large at the time, that's what it was called.
Yeah. The task force into the riots.
Yeah, task force into the
investigation
the bug in my house.
Oh yeah.
They were called Task Force the Large at the time, and they come to a street that worked like a street away from where I was, and then Ryan ended up ringing me and going, listen, kid, it's safe. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then I went to I then walked up the road.
Yeah.
And I seen him there, and I just handed myself in quietly, like I said I was gonna do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then so you've gone to jail.
Yeah, I went to jail and was pretty distraught at that stage.
Yeah.
I was charged with, I think it was 6 aggravated breaking and enters.
Yeah.
I was charged with two armed robberies.
6 aggravated breaks. So they already had this on you before the chase.
Yeah, but no, they didn't.
Oh yeah.
No,
that's what you're on bail for.
So at first, all I was charged with was the manslaughter charges, 2 manslaughter charges, the stolen car, and a couple of backup charges. That was it. The aggravated break-in has come after the government kicked their ass. So what happened was, the government kicked their ass
to make an example of you.
No, because they had a bug in my house.
Yeah.
And the bug ended up producing nothing but the riots.
Oh yeah.
So that accident that night, is all that come out of the bug.
Oh yeah.
Right? And the government at that stage was putting pressure on the police, like, why did you spend all that money on surveillance in them, which was millions of dollars?
Yeah.
Right? Surveillance and Kelly and his gang, right? When you produced nothing but a big drama.
Yeah.
So then what happened after the government done that, they come and charged me with 6 aggravated break-ins and 6 armed robberies, which then the coppers look like, oh yeah, look, see, we're mad cunts, we got him.
Yeah.
All this, and then it was all over the news that I'd been charged for it. But what wasn't on the news was 12 months later, every single charge was dropped.
Oh,
I beat every single charge in court.
Yeah.
Even the manslaughters. They got dropped the manslaughters got dropped to aggravated driving occasioning death. So that's all I ended up going down on was that.
And what was your sentence?
My sentence was 9 years or 6 years on the bottom.
Yeah, all right. So that from that point too. So when you went in, how were the like inmates and officers towards you?
Oh mate, look, inmates were. Some of them were like, fucking, who's this cunt, you know?
Yeah, because I remember, because you're on the news, that's how people get, you know? When you're in the media, people are like, oh, he thinks he's a mad cunt, but
But then there was cunts like you, bro, you know?
Yeah.
They had my back from the start, like, you know? And they've been my best friends from today.
Yeah.
Like you and Lordy, and Jason Lord.
We were both there then,
mate, you were both there when I went to come to jail.
Yep.
And you both never faltered in our relationships, bro. Never. Never fucking faltered, bro.
Yeah.
And that's why I love you so much, bro.
Yeah. And what actually happened, see, so something actually illegal happened. We were standing in the yard and we heard dogs barking.
Yeah.
So we look up and all the cameras are facing out of the yard.
Yeah.
Why does the jail need to turn the cameras out of the yard? 1 minute later, we look up and every squad from Sydney, from all the other jails that work at all the other jails, all their dogs and that are coming in.
Yeah.
To get Jesse, to surround Jesse and that.
After they got Tom.
Yeah, they got Tom, his cousin, bashing him, making him watching that. They told everyone to go to the other end of the yard. Everyone went up there except for me and another bloke named Shane Whalen. And we stuck with Jesse.
Had my back from the start, bro.
And that's how we met him. We're like, stand with us, bro. And thank fuck for this part. So Jesse didn't actually get got this day, but they did end up getting him, you know, for their police mates or whatever. But anyway, the lady that works on psychology, she might have been a welfare lady.
Yeah.
She actually ended up coming up to the gate.
Because she knew it was going to happen.
Yeah. And seen them all in there and went to look, and one of the officers seen her and told the guy at the front, because he's like, he come up going, oh, you think you're a mad cunt, all this shit, you know? Yeah. You want to pick on the police or whatever, you want to go against the police because of the riot, you know, which Jesse actually wasn't even in the riot.
Yeah.
It was the town that was in the riot.
Yeah.
So yeah, they come up, and then when they looked around and seen her there, that she was a witness, they all walked off.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got saved that day by that lady.
Yeah.
That happens in there, you know. It's their rules. They're the biggest gang in there.
Yeah, that's right. That's all they are.
Yeah, that's all they are. They just fucking control shit. You know, there are obviously a few good ones, but you know, there's no help in there. It's like a don't fuck with us. It's just like another gang, you know, and that's the gang that controls it.
That's right.
Yeah.
No doubt about it, bro, you know?
Yeah.
So
that was a tough one. But what I want to say too is, at the start of that day, or even an hour before that crash, you know, like how much did your life change after that?
Man, my life was fucked after that. So it's, mate.
Like just that simple one little thing that can go wrong like that, eh?
Mate, look, I don't know many people know, but I wanted to die after that, bro, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't want to be alive. Like,
yeah.
All I'd ever known was my best mates.
Yeah.
Was growing up in Macquarie Fields, you have a brotherhood as you do in jail, you know?
Yeah.
And
especially when you've got nothing, like in jail, like
yeah,
you stick to them, like that's what you value, you know? You value them friendships and that because you've got nothing else to value in your life.
That's right. And once you lose them relationships and they're never coming back, it's a lot to deal with, and to have the burden of actually killing your mates in a car accident.
Yeah.
It's painful, bro. Like I wanted to kill myself. I begged my mother-in-law at the time to bring me some tablets, you know, to kill myself and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I actually contemplated walking to the nearest cliff, which was a fair bit away.
Yeah.
But I just didn't want to get done. If I could find a cliff, if I found the cliff, I'd have jumped off it.
Yeah.
So I'm probably lucky in that way. And the only reason I didn't kill myself at that time was my mother-in-law said, "What are you talking about, you stupid idiot? Like, you got a daughter."
Yeah.
And she basically said to me, "Look, you're lucky the boys died so you could live on for your daughter, you know?"
Yeah, fucking know.
That night. And
now you got another daughter too.
Yeah.
Other kids, yeah.
Ariana, yeah. She wouldn't. I thank God for that because, yeah, look how I'm doing now, you know?
Yeah.
And
after that just led to more and more stuff, eh? Like,
mate.
So after that time,
yeah,
you've come out, just fucking, you're just back into the same shit, eh? What did you get out with?
Non-stop.
Did you get out with any type of rehabilitation?
No, look, so...
Education?
No, nothing, bro. Like, jail doesn't breed.
And how much money did you get out with?
Nothing. Nothing, bro.
Half a Centrelink check, or?
Yeah, so I got me Centrelink, bro. I got me a pair of shoes, you know?
Yeah, you can buy a pair of shoes when you get out.
Yeah.
And then what do you got to do to pay rent and feed yourself?
Oh, mate, look.
Straight back into it?
Yeah, so I had to go live with my real dad, which I had nothing to do with.
Yeah.
At that stage, and it was just a big culture clash. So when I had a...
So Jesse didn't grow up with his dad or that side of his family, so it was like,
Yeah, and I had no, like, real... I don't know, you know, like, coping stuff, so...
Yeah, coping mechanisms.
When I was backed into a corner, I had nowhere to turn.
Yeah.
Except back to what I knew.
And drugs and...
Yes, which was drugs and crime.
Yeah.
And,
so a lot of boys in jail will teach you a lot of crime and how to do things, and a lot of boys will offer you starts when you get out. Like,
yeah. I went to jail.
So it starts like, oh, I'll give you drugs, you sell them, you know, like that's a start.
I actually went to jail a fucking angel, bro, compared to what I am now, or was, you know? Jail bred the bad in me, you know? It
and
made
there's
me
not
worse.
one, like there's no thing where they come up and go, oh, when you get out, you can get a job here, or we can give you this fucking skill for when you get out.
Yeah, and there's nothing like that, bro.
No, it's all crime. The only people you learn off are the other inmates. The only opportunities you have for when you get out are off the other inmates.
Yeah. Jail's only really there to keep you there.
Yeah.
That's it. There's no...
Punish you.
There's nothing else it's good... Nothing else that it's good for.
Yeah.
Except keeping you in jail.
Yeah.
We're just like America now, where...
You get a lot of these people that say, oh, give him more time, that'll stop him. But before you committed any of your crimes, did you think you were going to go to jail?
No way.
So it didn't stop you the amount of time you were going to get?
No.
Like whether it's stealing from fucking Bunnings or fucking doing an armed robbery?
No.
No difference, eh? Because you don't think you're going to get caught. So time doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Rehabilitation is what does things.
That's right. Yeah.
Opportunities, some direction in life.
So for the first time, I only woke up to myself when I was about 35.
Yeah.
And it was only because I felt like I'd had something to lose.
Yeah.
So I gained a girlfriend who I was in love with.
Yeah.
And kids, her beautiful kids that I love to death. And for the first time, like when I got out that time, I could have very easily just slipped back straight into the same shit. But when I'd met her, again, like I instantly knew I had something to lose if I went back to that life. And I went and got a job for the first time in my life.
Yeah, man, bro.
It changed everything, you know?
Yeah. And they got you on the treatment too?
Yeah, so I'm on the BUP treatment.
Which is like a drug treatment to stop you from taking other drugs and stop thinking about them. And does that works?
Mate, 100%, mate. Look, the shots don't work. The
injections,
injections
I've
don't
heard
work.
that from a lot of boys. They still chase.
Yeah, they don't work. Oh, there are boys that it works for, but none of the heavy boys it works for. It doesn't work for proper crims because...
And Suboxone is, even though they think it's a problem in jail, it's actually designed to help people.
That's right.
And the problem is that people can't get it, which is why they buy it and inject it and that. But if everybody that wanted it got it, that had a drug problem got it, do you think they'd have them problems in jail?
Fuck no, man. Look...
Would people be getting rich off it in jail?
Yeah, like no, definitely not.
Because you can just get it from the clinic.
That's right. Yeah. So if everybody had the access to it like they should, then how would you be able to sell a strip in jail?
You can't.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's like selling the Panadol.
Look, I love making money off strips in jail when I'm in jail.
Yeah,
but also
I did too.
I'd give it up like that, no, to like
help
for everyone
people,
to have it. You know what I mean?
I've seen a lot of people on the strips get out when they had the pre-release and not come back or stay out for a long time or get a job and have a new focus, you know?
Yeah, that's right.
But when you're an addict and you're looking for drugs or you're hanging out or something, like no one's going to education, no one's going to fucking like to do them courses to get your parole and shit. Like cunts will give up their parole just to fucking chase.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I mean?
right.
And when I say education, they have like 2 courses, what are they called, equips?
Equips.
It's just like a broad
Get
thing.
Smart.
Yeah.
Bro, they're nothing.
They're nothing.
Look, they're nothing.
They don't teach you anything, and you're sitting there with a bunch of people that half of them want to play around, and then the other half don't want to look silly, you know?
Yeah, that's
Might get 1 or 2 in there that actually try, but they don't realise you're not getting anything out of it, bro.
Well, look, my opinion on them courses, my opinion on rehabilitation is this. If you want to better, like, you know, move on with your life and not have that lifestyle of a crim, the only way to get that life is to have something to lose.
Yeah.
So if you get out of jail to a house, you know, to a job, to money in your pocket.
And something you like, eh? Like, if it's something you like doing.
Yeah, look, mate, that's what happened to me. Like, I finally in my life had something to lose. Yeah.
And you were proud of, like, working and doing all that and looking after your family?
100%, mate. When you have nothing, what do you have to lose? You have nothing to lose, so that's why people keep going back to jail.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Because there's no option, like, fuck, what are you going to do? You don't do crime, you can't pay your rent, you're on the street.
Yeah, well, that's
you do crime, you pay your rent, you either stay there or you get your rent paid for you in jail.
Yeah, well, that's,
Yeah.
So, it's one of them situations, bro, you know?
Yeah.
The government definitely don't want to help us.
Yeah, fucking know. So do you think anything could have happened in your past where you could have changed it, or it was sort of like you weren't mature enough, you weren't, you know, wise enough, you were in the wrong area?
No, look,
bad,
I was bred it, bro. So my uncles bred me into it, bro. My uncles got me on the drugs, got me doing crime, stealing shit.
Yeah.
And they got, so that's all I ever known, bro.
Yeah.
Like for you to be able to change that, you have to learn something new.
Yeah,
you have to learn another way.
Yeah.
You can't learn another way in jail. That's the problem. A lot of people have to do it themselves, but a lot of people can't because they don't know how to, because they were like in my situation.
Yeah, they've never had that.
I was very lucky.
I've had people tell me, just stop this or stop that. Would do what? I just go do this job. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
They're not going to fucking hire me. How you going?
Yeah, that's right. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, love, how are you?
So I think that they could do in jail like more opportunities for people.
Yeah, definitely. Like, hey, look, simple thing as housing.
Yeah.
Housing, even a job.
job, housing, employers that are willing to do it and give someone a chance, hey?
Yeah, well, look, the combination of both of them, either one, you know, they don't have to, you know, spend all that money on giving them both whatever. They can find their own job, I guess, but even housing, if they had somewhere to go, that was proper as soon as they walk out the gate, with a little bit of money in their pocket.
Some life skills, some basic life skills.
Yeah,
some education.
Hey, start doing tickets in jail. Like, you know, like me, I got my crane ticket, my dogman ticket, stuff like that. Yeah. All them tickets, they should be able to do in jail. Yeah. There should be no issue with that. Yeah. But corrective services, they've got their heads so far up their ass, they don't give a fuck. You know?
They'd rather pay for overtime and shit like that.
Without a doubt, it's all about them. Yeah. It's not about crims in jail.
Because you notice when it gets to the middle of the year, there's a lot of lock-ins.
Yeah.
Because they've got no funding.
Yep.
And they say that. But as soon as it comes past the tax season, they've got their new budget. This guy takes his fucking time off so this guy can get overtime on his job, and they just swap shifts and shit and get overtime.
Yeah, well, that's right.
And just run the money up.
That's right. That's corrective services for you.
Yeah, and you get to the middle of the year when tax season's coming and there's a million lock-ins.
That's right. Mate.
Yeah.
Fuck, but I hope I never have to deal with that shit again, bro.
Yeah, same.
I never will, actually.
We all do, and I hope there's some kids out there that see, like, you know, how quickly it can change. And yeah, I know it's hard because we need to get these things put in place where I feel like, do you feel like reformed criminals should be part of a conversation when they're saying how to help fix people? Like reformed drug addicts and reformed criminals, you know, like obviously not make the rules. No one's going to accept that, you know. And
maybe they should be able to get in contact with corrective services, and they ain't going to help. They need to get in contact with other crims that have
turned it around and show, because it's a different language they speak. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
well, that's right.
When you've had
no
people in the past, like psychologists and shit like that, they haven't been criminals or drug addicts.
Yeah.
And they try to tell you, it's just like they're speaking a different language and they don't understand you.
Yeah, well, they need to see it with their own eyes too.
Yeah.
If they see people like me and you that have been down that road, and see where we are now, they see it with their own eyes.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot helpful to them, you know, than having corrective services doing courses and stuff like that. Because look, maybe they need to get boys, ex-crims coming into jail and talking showing them. You know what I mean? Because they're not
motivating them.
The courses they have do nothing for nobody.
Yeah.
But I honestly believe if you'd come in while I was in jail and I didn't know ya, and showed me that, you know, that you were driving a nice car, you know, you had a nice house, your kids were supported, and how you done that,
and you're flying around the world and shit.
Well, that's right. And how you turn that around.
Yeah.
I guess that'd resonate with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot better than fucking a course would. But as I said, corrective services have their head surfing up their ass. They wouldn't even consider that.
Yeah. It's just like money.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. So one more thing, just do you have any message for not just for the youth, but for like every age? Because boys, you can turn it around at any age. We both turned around now mid-30s. But so any message and for them boys that are struggling or feel like they can't get out of that life.
I'm a dopey prick, so don't take you know. But look, my best advice would be to just contact somebody and ask them for advice.
Yeah. If you need help.
Yeah. If you need help, don't be shy to ask somebody. At the moment, I struggle every day.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm still doing the same thing myself. When I struggle, I keep it to myself, or I take it out on, you know, people around me.
Yeah.
So I guess my advice would be,
don't be afraid. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people. It's like going to the gym for people that, I don't know how to do it. Just like you don't know how to, you know, deal with your emotions or whatever. No one knows until they learn. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's right.
So don't be afraid to learn. It's a fucking it's a good thing to learn. You're only going to become a better person, or, you know, you might learn something that you don't need in life. But either way, the more you learn, the better person you're going to be, the more you're going to understand yourself, keep yourself out of trouble, and be man enough to stand up for yourself and say, no, I'm not going to do this, you know. And you know what? Getting on that straight path, there's going to be some rough times. But when you come out the other end, you know, when you walk around the shops next time, look at all the families that look straight, and you know who's straight. And tell me that they're not happy.
One piece of advice I could give people is to take yourself out of the situation. The best thing to do is to remove yourself from the area.
Yeah, if you can get out of the area, get out of the area, 100%.
start fresh, man.
Yeah.
It'll help.
Because triggers are a real thing, and you know, that feeling, even just that feeling. Like, I remember when I drove in into Campbelltown the other day, as soon as I got here, wound the window down, I looked, it was just, I told Jesse this too, and I said, bro, I just looked, it was, I don't know what it was just like the air, but it reminded me of Guildford, and you just know, just that feeling, you know. So places do have an aura to them, and if you're stuck in that aura, and all your memories are you know, bad ones or of crime and drugs, and they do come with good ones too, you're going to stick to that. So, you know, get to a new place, get remotivated, and you know, take your life as you want it, because it's your life, you only live once. So make sure every day counts, because you know, when you lose a few in jail and you think, shit, oh, I don't give a fuck, like you do, you eventually do, because when you get to the end of your life, there's 15 years or whatever gone, that you could have had doing other shit, you know, like fucking jumping out of planes and traveling around the world, and you know, just even just playing with your kids, like, it's so fucking great. So anyway, everyone, Jesse Kelly, he's going to come on again. I'm going to drop his links in the description down below, so all please follow him. He'll get on the lives with me and too. This is my 5'8", making a better life, not only for ourselves and our families, but everyone else.
What's we do?
You can go now.